It begins in darkness, a place of absolute black. A sonar ping echoes, a lonely sound in the crushing cold. Shadows drift in the water, vast and undefined. The pressure here is immense, and the silence is profound. It is a world that feels alien, yet it is our own. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the deepest floors of our own oceans. There is a story, a whisper that spreads across the web. It says that in 1958, the agency we built to reach for the stars first looked down and found something there, in the abyss. Something that made them turn their gaze away forever. We know more about Mars than our own ocean floor. In 1958, NASA looked down, saw something, and turned their eyes to the stars. What did they find? This story feels like a secret that was never meant to be kept. It plays on our fear of the unknown just beyond our sight. But the truth is written in history and in data. The story of NASA does not begin with the ocean. It begins with a sound, a simple repeating beep, broadcast from orbit. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1. That faint signal, heard around the globe, was a shock. It ignited a technological and ideological struggle, the Cold War. The United States responded. On July 29, 1958, President Eisenhower signed the National Aeronautics and Space Act. This act created a space agency, explicitly focused on aeronautics and space. Its purpose: lead the nation in space science and exploration. Rockets, satellites, a human in orbit, and eventually, the moon. NASA inherited NACA's aeronautics legacy, then expanded into space. The oceans were already under study by navies and oceanographic institutes. The claim that NASA started in the ocean and then fled is false. From day one, NASA's path pointed upward. While NASA's mission was space, its vantage point would transform ocean science. The agency did not turn its back on the sea, it learned to see it from above. Science never abandoned the ocean. Ships, submersibles, biologists, geologists. But NASA's first ocean leap was not down. It was up. June 28, 1978, NASA launched CSAT, built to sense the oceans from space. A revolution. Radar from orbit measured the sea's surface in exquisite detail. Wave heights, winds across vast distances, subtle changes in ocean height, clues to the seafloor below. A new era of global ocean observation had begun. Ships and buoys see fragments. Satellites can see it all. Currents, ice, El Niño's signature, each revealed by eyes in orbit. Tools forged for space gave us a continuous planetary view of the oceans. 1978 contradicts 1958. The work began. It did not end. And it has never stopped. The internet myth is built on primal things: darkness, depth, and strange sounds. It weaves several elements into a tapestry of fear. First, the Mariana Trench, ultimate darkness and pressure. Second, a mysterious sound, the bloop. Third, we have mapped less than a quarter of the seabed in high resolution. Fourth, the myth pins ocean mysteries on NASA. Fifth, it ignores decades of NASA ocean observations and partnerships. The Mariana Trench, the deepest point on our planet. A scar nearly 7 miles deep. If Everest were placed within, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. Pressures over 1,000 times that at the surface. A realm of darkness, cold, and profound silence. In 1960, the Navy's Trieste carried Pickard and Walsh to the bottom. They observed life. Small, resilient, not monstrous. Today, international teams map geology and discover new species. The reality is stranger and smaller than legend. In the summer of 1997, underwater microphones picked up a sound. These arrays, once built to track submarines, heard something immense, extremely low frequency. It rose and fell over about a minute. Hydrophones over 3,000 miles apart recorded it. NOAA nicknamed it the bloop. For years, its origin was a mystery. It matched neither submarine nor explosion. It resembled a vocalization, yet far louder than any whale. Speculation surged. If biological, it must be colossal. But the bloop was recorded in 1997, decades after 1958. And it was NOAA's recording, not NASA's. As ice science advanced, a clearer answer emerged. Its acoustic profile matches a large icequake. Massive bergs calve and fracture, scraping and rumbling with infrasonic power. The bloop was not a Leviathan's call. It was Earth's ice groaning under stress. A real mystery, answered by geology. In 2017, NASA joined Subsea to study underwater volcanoes as analogs for alien oceans. By probing vent chemistry and life, scientists test ideas for Europa and Enceladus. On February 8, 2024, a Falcon 9 lofted pace into orbit. Plankton, aerosol, cloud, ocean ecosystem, pace. Its hyperspectral eye sees colors beyond human vision to identify phytoplankton communities, daily, at global scales. The data is revolutionary, fueling fisheries forecasts and harmful algal bloom tracking. It reveals how oceans respond to a changing climate. A flagship ocean mission signals NASA's commitment, undeniable. And so we return to darkness. Sonar pings, shadows beyond the light. The ghost story fades under the bright light of facts. The trench is a world of wonders, explored by many, not a tomb for a secret. Myths are alluring. The ocean invites imagination. But the truth is more profound. We map by sound and see the planet at once from space. We build machines to survive crushing pressure and find life where none seemed possible. The ocean's greatest secret is this: we have only just begun to understand it. Only about a quarter of the seafloor is mapped in high resolution. Seabed 2030 aims to map the entire ocean floor by 2030, using ship sonar robots' shared data. More people have flown to space than have stood at the trench's deepest floor. The deep remains vast, yet it shrinks with every survey, ping by ping.